Hello and welcome to this Astranti YouTube video series taking a look at the ultimate guide to becoming a legal executive. This is the first video in a number of videos in this series where we're going to look at what a legal executive is, how you can become one, what qualifications you'll need, the difference between a legal executive and a solicitor, and how much you could earn as a legal executive. So this video is for anyone looking to perhaps get a foothold in the legal career. Perhaps you're looking for a career change, perhaps you're fresh out of university and looking for a career path. So hopefully this guide will provide you with some advice, will provide you with the information you need to make a decision about whether becoming a legal executive is right for you. And if you do like this video, then please like and subscribe, and also visit our Facebook and Instagram pages and our website www.astranti.com for more information. So let's get right into it. What is a legal executive? Do you know what a legal executive is? Do you know what kinds of work they do? Do you know what the difference is between a legal executive and a solicitor? Well, let's find out, because that's what we're going to cover in this guide. And the first thing that I will mention here is that whilst there are a couple of different bodies regarding legal executives, or a couple of different qualifications for legal executives, the system or the body that we use for our legal executive courses, the one that we recommend, is the SILEX body. That's the Chartered Institute of Legal Executives. This is generally seen as the most prestigious of the legal executive bodies, and it's also chartered as well. So you have that additional status of earning a qualification, qualifying with a body that is a chartered body in the same way as a chartered accountant might be, for example. And so what are legal executives? What do they do? Now you might be thinking that it's very similar to a solicitor, and nowadays a legal executive is more like a solicitor than it's ever been in the past. In the past, legal executives were often seen as quite secondary compared to solicitors, often doing a lot of the legwork and the paperwork on behalf of the solicitors. But legal executives are becoming more and more important within law firms, within organizations, in the law departments of those organizations, as they are earning more and more respect and more credibility. In fact, the most recent SILEX qualification, the SILEX lawyer level, the professional level, actually holds the same rights of audience as a solicitor. So the disparity between a solicitor and legal executive is as narrow as it has ever been. But one of the key distinctions is that legal executives specialize in a specific area of law. So whereas they may not have the same breadth of knowledge as a solicitor, they work in specific areas to the same level, particularly once you're qualified to the SILEX lawyer level. But they are qualified legal professionals. It's not just someone that works in a law firm, they are qualified legal professionals. They hold a legal status, a legal accreditation from a legal body. And in addition to providing support to solicitors and barristers, they have a lot of key responsibilities themselves. So if you were to qualify as a legal executive, particularly with a body like SILEX, you would be expected to meet with clients. You would be expected to consult with clients, to provide legal advice to clients on legal matters, and also assist in resolving disputes. That could be in an employment tribunal, for example. It could be in a court. It could be within a organization as well. And SILEX members specialize in specific areas of law. And as I mentioned, once qualified, once experienced to a certain level, they can, in theory, hold the same rights as audience as a solicitor. But it will be in a specialist area. So you might specialize in family law. You might specialize in contract law. You might specialize in conveyancing. So if any of those fields take your fancy, you can go down the SILEX route and qualify as a specialist in family law, as a specialist in conveyancing law. Not only that you'll be expected to research and analyze the law as well. Law is not just what you see on TV. It's not just turning up at the courtroom or in the offices if it's a corporate situation and saying, you need to do this, you need to sign this contract, you need to take this term out and do that. It's about researching. It's about analysing the law, analysing the statutes, analysing what's happened in previous cases, analysing all the different contractual terms, etc., and being able to find those key bits of information that are going to help you win a case, that are going to help you to challenge a term in a contract, as it were. And so that will also prove a very useful skill to have if you were to work in a law firm, for example, where you're looking for legal precedents. If you find that precedent from that court case that happened 30 years ago, etc., that one little bit of information that no one really knew, you can find that you can help blow the case wide open, as they say on television. And also, you can now represent clients as a legal executive as well, because of the new rights of audience that's been granted to legal executives. So, for example, with the new Silex professional qualification, which is known as CPQ, that does grant you those same rights to practice, you can actually represent clients in lower courts, such as the magistrates' courts, as long as you have the relevant expertise. So if it's a family case, if it's a conveyancing case, you need to be a specialist in conveyancing, etc. So that's a very brief introduction into what a legal executive is. The key takeaway there, that they are qualified legal professionals that can work with clients, that can conduct legal research, that can advocate for clients in courtrooms once qualified, and can specialize in specific areas of law, such as, and I've got a list there, family, criminal, conveyancing, wills, probate, litigation, corporate law, other things including contract law, employment law as well. So there is a lot of opportunity, particularly with that new Silex qualification that does grant the same rights of audience as a solicitor. So if you are struggling to get into law but you really want to do it, you can't get a training contract, can't get on the SQE, etc., it could be a really, really good alternative for you to get into the legal field, as the barriers to entry for the Silex qualification are a lot lower than becoming a solicitor. But ultimately, provided you want to specialize in a certain area, it may actually give you just as much as qualifying as a solicitor. So please stick with me, stay tuned, as we are going to look more specifically at the differences between a solicitor and a legal executive, and also what kinds of skills, traits, qualifications you'll need to become a legal executive. So stay tuned, as we will have videos coming up about that shortly. And if you do want to read more, please visit our website www.astranti.com, and also follow us for more advice, for more information on becoming a legal executive.